Yo, 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 it's QCLEE here, the founder and owner of the Motivated Trading Company, baby. I'm here with some free game for y'all. Today, we're about to go over supports, resistances, and trend lines. And not only that, but how to apply them and really use them in some real-time trading. So without further ado, let's get straight to that free value. I know y'all are here for a reason. Now, let's go. All right, let's hop right in with our first slide. All right. Now, definitions. Some quick definitions of really what they are. Now, what are supports and resistance levels? They're areas where the price has reacted in the past and can potentially, keyword here, potentially react again in the future. Remember, in trading, nothing is absolute, okay? It's all about probabilities, which is why we try and find the highest probability setups. Now, let's continue. Support, okay, think of support as the floor, okay? Think of it as the bottom, okay? If it's a support, price action is going to be above it, okay? And we'll learn in the future that support and resistances are interchangeable. So support's going to be your floor, all right? So current support levels, as you can see right here, will always be below current price action. Otherwise, it is a resistance, okay? Now, we might draw lines to represent these levels, but in reality, they are zones and we have to treat them as such, which you'll find out later in a second. Resistance. Think of resistance as the ceiling. Price action is always going to be below it. Now, current resistance levels will always be above price action. Otherwise, it is a support. Okay, again, we might draw lines to represent these, but they are zones once again, and we have to treat them as such. Now, we see here a little image here, just giving you a good idea of how they work. Support is below, resistance is above. Support below, resistance above. Keep that, remember that, say it over and over. Y'all got this. Next slide. How do we identify these? Now, here are 6 criteria that you guys have to pay attention to identify supports and resistances, okay? Number 1, extreme swing highs and lows. This is the easiest place to start when charting. Swing high, swing low. Place of support or resistance at those. Those are really easy, good starters to charting. Now, multiple touches or rejections. As we can see here, look how many rejections this has. Boom, 1, boom, 2, boom, 3, boom, 4, okay? The more, the better, okay? Now, the move from the area was drastic. This is meaning like when you see something hit a level and then it just, boom, shoots down or shoots up. If it's that drastic, it's probably a key level that you should be watching. Now, next one, the level is obvious to the eye. If it's obvious and you can see it, then you better bet your ass that a bunch of other traders can see it too, okay? So it's not a trick. It's not a trick question. It's not a trick level, no such thing. So if it's obvious, take it as it is, okay? Now, the level has acted as a support and resistance in the past, meaning that supports and resistances are interchangeable depending on where price action is. So as we can see here, it's a resistance as price is under it because it keeps bouncing below it. Keeps hitting that ceiling and rejecting. Boom, rejection, boom, rejection. But once price breaks through, we see right here, now it's going to act as a support. So this level right here, whatever this imaginary level is, this is an amazing level. It's got multiple rejections, it's obvious, the move is drastic, and it's acting as a resistance and support. So now we have even more confluence for this level here. Now, newly formed levels are always going to be more relevant than older levels. Now, if we're looking at SPY, the S&P 500, and we're trying to chart it, and we're charting levels from 2010 and 2008, they might not be as relevant. Well, they will not be as relevant as levels from this year and last year and stuff. Let's continue. Trend lines. Now, let's get into trend lines. We're not going to overcomplicate this. A lot of traders out there will try and put this and put that in, but it's really not that complicated, guys. Once you get the hang of it, once you start using it and applying it, it's literally second nature. So stay with me here, guys. Now, all you need is a trend and 2 touching points minimum to create a trend line. As we can see right here, here's price action going up, dipping, and it's following this trend line, okay? The more touches, the better. And again, we treat these as areas/zones, just like supports and resistances. Because again, nothing in trading is absolute. You don't want to worry too much about if it doesn't, hit the line exactly or if it wicks under. There's zones, okay? Not definite lines. All right. Again, they won't always be pretty, so don't try and force these, Don't try, if the price action's not adding up, If 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 4, don't try to make it equal 4. Now, let's continue. Now, let's go ahead and demonstrate how we do this in real time. Let's go, baby. All right, here we have SPY up on the weekly chart. You can start from the weekly. So for y'all who don't know about the time frames, for these, it's going to mean that each candle is one time frame, basically. So we're on the weekly chart right now, as you can see, 1 week. So each candle here is going to be 1 week of price action. The daily, 1 day. Each candle, 4 hour. Each candle is 4 hours, and so on all the way down to 1 minute. Now, you can start on the weekly, but personally, I don't. I start on the daily. So first of all, before I get into this, I want you guys to pause the video and see what levels you see before I go ahead and do this and chart a few of them so you can see if you guys are really learning here. Now, let's get into it. Now, the first thing, what's the first thing I said? Swing high and swing low. So let's go ahead and get that swing high right here. What is this? 485. All right, let's just draw a horizontal line here at 480.5. It's not going to be perfect. We can adjust these later when we go down on the time frames, but for now, swing high and swing low that we can see. What is this? 349, 350, 348 exactly. All right, draw a horizontal line right here. By the way, this is Trading View. I'm going to make a video in the future on how to set this up and how to use all the indicators and the setup that I have. But yeah, it's a great service, and I think everybody should use Trading View for sure. Now, we have the swing high charted, the swing low. Bam. Now, next we're going to look for places of confluence where we see a lot of touches. Now, what do I see next? I see this right here. Whatever this is, price continues to bounce. We see what? 1, 2, 3 of them bouncing. So we're going to go ahead and chart this right here at 371 just about. Boom, that's in there. Now we see another one right here. What is this? This is a lot. 378 of just about right here. Let's go ahead and put one right there too. Now we can see one right here too. Oh, 418. 418 is big. She rejected 3 times. All right, now let's go ahead and chart that. Now let's look for reference. Boom, rejection down. Now we see a day here rejected 2. Rejected here too. Rejected here too. So this is a lot of confluence now. And now let's go ahead and just get one more for reference. Boom, 430. 431 around here. Boom, perfect levels. It just rejected this literally today even. So these levels are all valid. Now, we're not done yet. Just to prove to you guys that these are all valid levels, let's go down in the time frame and see how they really react. Boom, let's go to 4 hour. All right. Perfect. Look at that. Pew down. Pew down. Pew. This one, went a bit above. But remember, they are zones, not exact price levels. Oh, look at this. There's so much confluence here. Look at all these rejections. This is a huge level. It's looking real good. Look at this, guys. Look at this. So these levels remain valid no matter what time frame you are. But you always want to start big and go small. You never, ever want to start charting on the dang 1 to 3 minute and then go out to the daily and weekly and start trading. You want to start big, go small. When in doubt, zoom out. The biggest thing you guys want to remember. When in doubt, zoom out. I'm going to keep telling you all that because it's so important. Now, let's go to the 1 hour. Let's see how really accurate these levels are. Boom, perfect rejection here. Perfect textbook rejection. Look, it's just trending in between these two. Perfect rejection here. This is amazing right here. This is amazing. We're looking at this. This is a huge level, huge support for it. Bounce, 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 bounce. Boom, boom. Amazing. We can even go down to the 30-minute, the 15-minute, and the 5-minute ultimately, which is what I trade on. Perfect rejection even on the 5-minute here. Now let's show you guys how we can apply this to our trading. Let's go ahead and load up the chart right here, and we're going to get straight into it, baby. All right, look, we got some levels panned out on here. Well, we only got 5 levels kind of panned out on here, and we're going to get into it. All right, let's go to the 5-minute, baby. Let's zoom out a little bit. It's going to take me a while to get over this price action. Sorry, guys. All right. We've got an example trade somewhere over here to help you guys. Okay. Somewhere. Come on now. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. All right. All right. Now, first of all, what is this? What is this? This is a trend line, guys, correct? This is a trend line right here. This is just a trend line trending up in a channel. That's all it is here. None special, just a cool little trend line. You can see it trending up, up, up. Remember, it's not touching perfectly, but it doesn't have to be perfect. This is still a valid trend line. We're getting touches here, getting touches there, getting a touch here, and we almost got one there, but looks a little fishy. Maybe one down here too. Anyway, now let's see how can we trade with using supports, resistances, and trend lines. Let's get into it. Now, let me zoom in here just to give you guys a better look. All right, now we see here price is going up, up, up. Now it starts to go down, and all of a sudden we break this trend line. Now, do we immediately hop in puts as soon as we get this candle right here? No. You always want to wait for confirmation, and this strategy is called break and retest. It's always less risky to play the retest, okay? You can play the breakout too as long as you have good confirmation. Personally, I like playing the retest better because it's less risky and it's just better overall, and I'm more comfortable with it. So now we see price breaking out here. This 5-minute candle right here breaks out. So boom, 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 we start to fall. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Now we retest. Look, we wicked all the way right back up nearly perfectly just above this trend line, and then immediately fell back down. Boom, 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 boom. What is it here? 412 all the way down to darn 407. That's a huge move. If you played puts on this, you would make a good 300 to 400%, meaning you triple, quadruple your investment. And this was no more than 1 to 2 hour move. It's crazy. Now, basically, what we would do, you could start a position here, but I wouldn't recommend it. Again, this is called break and retest. So once we see this wicking, once this wick is totally formed, and then we get a red candle next for confirmation. Remember, confirmation, you always want to wait for confirmation. And confirmation is going to be the next candle after the break. Okay, it's going to be after whatever setup you're looking for. It's going to be the next candle has to agree with your analysis too. That's your confirmation. Now, once we see another red candle after this wick going down, then we can enter puts right here. So we're getting a great entry. Yeah, we got a green candle here, but it didn't go back up here. So I wouldn't have exited. I wouldn't be scared. If we don't go back up to retest this again, I would have totally held and kept going down. So now we see price action going down, boom, boom, down, down, down. Yay, 200%, 300%. Yay. Now we have a support here. So let's see, the support acted, it was resistance here. So, it's acting as both. So we have a support / resistance right here. So this would be one of my targets. This would be one of my targets. And then this would be my last target here. But it didn't make it here. So basically, while we're in this trade, I'd be writing this down. I probably would have trimmed here because, we see a little bit of loss in, bearish momentum. So I would have trimmed some off here, still would have got good profit. Now, so we see here, we're falling. We destroy this support here. So after I saw this big red candle indicating that we have a lot of bearish selling pressure, I would have kept holding. Now, right here, we see we go down to the next support and we go through, but we wick and go all the way back up. As soon as I saw this wick in this green candle, I would personally be out of this play for a good 200% profit. Remember, break, retest, confirmation, enter, have your targets, write down, watch the price action. If you see a loss in momentum and you're getting a little emotional, you can always trim, okay? Now, you got to always be watching this price action if you're day trading, okay? Or have alerts set, either or works. Now, let's give an example of how to play it on the other side. Let's go. So here we just have a bearish trend line going down. Perfect. It's touching 1, 2, 3, 3 times because this price action wouldn't be there if we're in live trade. Now, again, we see it just go under this support, which we can use as entry criteria here. We have an area of confluence. We have a support here, a trend line here. So these are all matching up together. Now, we wick under the support. We don't stay under the support for more than 25, 30 minutes here. So once I see that this is reversing, so we have this candle here, that's the breakout candle. This is the breakout candle right here breaking out of the trend line. Now, once I saw this candle forming, this is the what? The what, guys? The candle that is right after the breakout. The confirmation candle. Okay. I'm going to act like you guys got that one. The confirmation candle right here, okay? Once I saw this, this is where we could enter a starter position. But remember, it's always less risky to play the retest right here. Look. Now, we go up, then we retest back down. Now, let's zoom in a little bit more because this candle right here, I'm not sure if you guys can see it that well, but I'm going to show you. You can drop even some more free game. All right. So, now we see this candle. This candle right here, it looks like a pin, right? It's called the pin bar candle setup. Now, when you see a candle like this is indicating that price went all the way down, but buying pressure is so high, it went all the way back up and closed near the top. That's why it looks like a pin here. This indicates buying pressure is high. And when you have this, especially when it wicks off a support like it did ever so perfectly right here, you have a high probability setup, okay? Combined with the break, the retest, the price action, the candlestick, we have so many factors working for us in this situation. And that's what trading is all about. You want the most factors as possible supporting your analysis to create a high probability setup. And that's what you trade. So we see this price action, we see the pin bar, and we see it not even break below the support. It's so strong here. You know, bullish price action is so strong. So I would have entered literally right here on the retest. Once I saw that candle, that's enough confirmation for me. I would enter right here. Now, let's zoom out. Now, we ride it. This is almost a perfect textbook movement. So we're riding all the way up from 406 to 408. It's a 2-point move, 150, 200%, depending on your expiration and contract. That's good profit. Now, we see we're going up here. We're wicking. This is the support. Remember, this is the support. This is the next place that we're going to track to either buy or sell here. This is where we're going to track. We're going to know if we want to buy more, if it goes straight through, which is risky, or if we want to trim or sell everything here. Personally, I probably would have sold everything here. Look at this price action. This is so much wicking. In fact, this is so much wicking here that it would be kind of difficult to hold through if you're just sitting there watching it. But I probably would have sold right here. So textbook play, breakout, retest, pin bar candlestick. We get confirmation. We enter right here. We move all the way up. And boom, once we see some resistance here, you know, this resistance acting up and it's not breaking through, then you trim or sell. But if you got big balls, let me show y'all something. This was actually a candlestick pattern. It's an ascending triangle right here. See this triangle? An ascending triangle. And then once it broke through that ascending triangle with this support, it broke out. Boom. So it would be risky, but if you're a good trader, you could have held through this price action if you knew that formation and it going up. You wouldn't have made that much more, but still some extra profit. But yeah, so basically that is it. I really hope you guys learned something from this. I really hope that I was able to give you guys some free game today. And remember, I'm from Motivated Trading. This is the place that all traders belong, you guys. And we give free game on the daily. Like our Discord is popping with a bunch of free game. So if y'all want free game, you guys like free education, free value, and just great community and just great trades overall, join our Discord. Like, by all means, it's free to join. I mean, join Premium if you want to. We do a lot of this stuff in Premium. You will actually get the full value in Premium for sure. And we really value teaching a man to fish rather than just giving him a fish, okay? We will give you the fish. We'll give you a fish on a silver platter. But not only that, we're going to show you how to catch and cook too, so you can have this skill for life, baby. Well, so glad you guys came. If you made it to the end of the video, leave a like and subscribe, please. And if you have any comments, any things you want me to go over next, or comment below what you want to learn next, and we will absolutely be glad to teach it to y'all. So, without any further ado, I'll see y'all later. This has been QCLEE from the Motivated Trading Company, the place where all traders belong. Let's go.